Big chance for Roddy Green, rides Trésor de Mai. Looks well this horse, but might struggle at the trip.
Well, Take Control coming through. Tony McCoy looking to put the disappointments of the earlier afternoon behind him. The favourite 11-2 now.
Strong tail. Kieran Kelly's got the mount on this horse. Haven't seen much of him of late.
Gingembre, winner here last year, loved the ground. A lot of the Shrewdies are on. 12-1 shot.
Northern Starlight, one of the better jumpers in the race. Got rid of his jockey at Aintree last time.
The Taoiseach, more problems than the Citizens Advice Bureau. A huge ask to come back here, 50-1.
Ad hoc, we've heard lots about how good he is at home, but he's not done it on the course since this meeting last season.
Noble All from an informed yard, second in this last year when catching a Tartar in Paris Pike.
The last fling, big tip for this horse at Aintree. He disappointed there, but he's got lots of good form on decent ground.
Flake Totes, plenty high enough in the weights according to Paul Nicholls. Will stay on, but will he be quick enough?
Royale de Vassy, she's had a good season so far. Whether she gets this trip or not, we'll just find out.
Misty Class, disappointing run at Aintree. Trip no problem here, but a rank outsider.
Annie Mount disappointing in his last couple of runs, but if he comes back to his best, he's got an each-way squeak.
Hannigan's Lodger, lucky owners, tough mare, will stay on to the death.
Village King got a great each-way chance, not beaten far by Bow at Doncaster last time he had good ground.
Spanish Main, tongue strap, blinkers, hoping to get a bit further than the first, which he fell at Aintree.
Khaki Crazy, not the quickest horse in the field, but he'll be carrying on when most of the others begin to get tired.
Sparky Gale, getting on in years now, wonderful jumper, but's never really fulfilled his promise.
Birchman pulled up behind Seven Towers last time out, but prior to that looked pretty useful at Wincanton.
Seven Towers, low head garage, tanks along, stays forever. Peter Niven after the 1,000.
Celtic Giant, normally a good jumper, got rid of his jockey on a couple of occasions, but came good at Newcastle.
Paddy's Return, stays all day, bit of a character. Ferdy Murphy, in good form, winner already today.
Supreme Charm, got a chance at a big price, looks well, one of those that'll jump and stay.
Last Option and Fiona Needham, coming up from Hunter Chase Company where he was good, 33-1 chance.
Supreme Glory got the ability, but has the ground gone against him?
Mike Stan, one of 3 Len Lungo runners, and a few people have been backing this one each way. They think he's fresh and conditions suit.
Mark Pittman had the second at Liverpool with Smarty. Can he go one better with Bank Avenue? Another who goes on the ground.
Dr. Bones, 66-1 chance, and we know little about him, all his forms in Ireland.
And finally, the second grey in the field, Glitter Isle. He comes here in really good form. He shouldn't be a 33-1 shot because he goes on the ground and he gets the trip.
An adult, 11 and 12 Gingembre, but Take Control, one of the major gambles we've seen for a long time.
They jump away. Hannigan's Lodger lets them get on with it as they jump out to a cheer from the Ayr crowd, and it's the last fling that leads the way to the first fence in the 2001 Scottish Grand National. From Glitter Isle in second and Dr. Bones in third as they rise at the first, followed by Earth Mover up the inside of Gingembre. They're all safely over, though Strong Tell was very slow and was the last to land. On to the second, the last fling, Dr. Bones and Earth Mover and Glitter Isle and Supreme Glory close up with Gingembre. Up the inside, Royal de Vassy, then close up with these is Khaki Crazy, Northern Starlight, and then Sparky Gale on the inside, followed by Supreme Charm and Last Option out wide as they approach an open ditch. And landing over this one, all safely over again, Strong Tell, very slow in the rear, and one from last, Spanish Main, 2 from last is Hannigan's Lodger as the last fling leads them over fence number 4, and they're all still standing once again as they near the last in the back straight, and it's the last fling by 2 or 3 lengths to on the inside Glitterol. The T-Shock has gone up to take very close order now, and then Gingembre and Last Option close with on the outside of runners Khaki Crazy, and then behind these is Supreme Glory up the inside of Flaked Oats, who's handy, and Supreme Charm wide of runners Northern Starlight, and then Celtic Giant, and these are followed by Earth Mover. In the midfield at the moment, Dr. Bones, who's dropped back a bit, and also Seven Towers as they straighten up towards the first in the straight on this their first circuit. The last fling lands in front and all safely over. Noble Lord, last year's runner-up, is on the extreme outside right of frame in a green jacket as they approach the next plain fence, and it's the last fling from Last Option out wide. Then up the inside is Glitterol. Gingembre and the T-Shock are close. Supreme Glory up the inside in blue with a white cap. Then in behind these is Earth Mover and Supreme Charm. Royal Devassi up the inside. Tony McCoy has got the heavily backed favourite take control towards the inside in about 12th place, I'd say at the moment, maybe a bit further back than that, as they approach the fence in front of the stand with just over 2 circuits to go. Bad blunder by Misty Class and has knocked Mertz Mann's rider Joe Tizard out of the saddle. A very unlucky incident there for anyone who's back Mertz Mann. Mertz Mann unseats the rider, and Misty Class looks like being pulled up after that mistake. Spanish Main is last of all as they swing left-handed with under 2 circuits to go. Long way to go in this Gala Group Scottish Grand National, and it's the last fling that continues to make the running from Glitterol in second, then Last Option and the T-Shock and Celtic Giant improving out wide. Earth Mover up the inside then of Supreme Charm. They are followed by Flaked Oats and Gingembre and Supreme Glory towards the inner of Sparky Gale as they enter the back straight, then take control out wider. Next is Royal Devassi and Seven Towers, and they are followed by Ad Hoc under a patient ride from Bank Avenue, Tresor de Mai, and then behind Tresor de Mai was Paddy's Return, Noble Lord, Village King well down, Honey Mount towards the rear as well with Dr. Bones and Hannigan's Lodger, and then Spanish Main and Strong Tell is the back marker as they jump the next plain fence, and the leaders bunching up over that one. And it was the last fling just from the T-Shock and Celtic Giant and Glitterol up the inside. Khaki Crazy in their slipstream behind those as they jump the next, and then Glitterol and Gingembre all safely over that. They head back towards the open ditch. This is number 12 coming up of the, or rather not the next is the open ditch. That'll be number, rather at the end of the back straight, number 14 of the 27. And the T-Shock has taken over from the last fling as they approach this one with Celtic Giant out wide. And then the Last Option very close, and also Supreme Charm driving between runners. Paddy's Return has unseated the rider at that one. Paddy's Return out of the race as they begin the turn downhill, and it's the last fling from the T-Shock as they make this run towards home once again. Last Option is right there on the inside. Celtic Giant and Supreme Charm are close up. Dr. Bones and then Khaki Crazy on the outside as they jump this. Glitterol still very handy up the inside. Supreme Glory is close up. Take Control is just hunting up the leaders. A bluish jacket, white cap, just hunting them up in the hands of Tony McCoy as they jump the next, and it was up the inside Glitterol of the last fling in the centre. Earth Mover is right there under Tony Ross, a late chance ride for him. Northern Starlight is there, the T-Shock on the outside, and then Last Option behind them, Supreme Charm and Gingembre. Royal Devassi up the inside. Take Control is only 3 or 4 lengths off the pace now as they approach what will be their last fence next time round, and the T-Shock took it in front this time. The T-Shock from Earth Mover up the inner of the last fling, who's given a reminder or two. Supreme Charmer, blue and white jacket, then Northern Starlight, followed by Last Option. After these then is Mike Stan, who's improved through the pack. Khaki Crazy. Next is Gingembre with also Sparky Gale right there. Then Take Control and Celtic Giant. Behind these is Ad Hoc and Supreme Glory. Noble Lord in about 16th place. Then Royal Devassi. Glitterol is losing places. Village King is being pushed along, and then as they enter the back straight, Bank Avenue from Hannigan's Lodger making a bit of headway. 3 or 4 lengths to Spanish Main, Tresor de Mai under the whip, then a gap to Honey Mount, Flake Tote, 7 Towers well towards the rear, Strong Tell, and Dr. Bones looks like being pulled up. They're down the back straight once again, a line of 5 fences to take, and it was the T-Shock that landed in front from Northern Starlight and Supreme Charm. Then Earth Mover up the inside of Khaki Crazy. Supreme Glory is very handily placed as they jump the next plain one. And all safely over that, the leaders. They trail back to Celtic Giant, Tresor de Mai. 7 Towers is barely galloping at all, pulling up Strong Tell as they approach the open ditch once again. The T-Shock in the red and yellow jacket just trailed his hind legs through it. Supreme Charm is going strongly in the blue and white with the noseband. Last option between the pair. Then Gingembre behind these from Northern Starlight. And then on their heels now is Take Control as they approach the last in the back straight. And this is 5 from the finish, and it's Supreme Charm and last option Gingembre. Then behind these Take Control, Supreme Glory. Northern Starlight is next. Ad Hoc is making eye-catching headway. Sheepskin noseband, pinkish colours, white sleeves, under a very well-timed run indeed as they leave the back straight behind them. And it's Gingembre that takes over, the Hennessy Gold Cup runner-up from last option. McCoy gets to work now on Take Control in 3rd place. Then Ad Hoc still running on with Supreme Glory as they landed over 4 out. They're chased by Earth Mover and Supreme Charm. Running down towards the 3rd last is Gingembre on the outside of last option, and Fiona Needham is having an incredible ride. Over 3 out, Gingembre from last option. Now Fitzgerald gets to work on Ad Hoc. Supreme Glory is also staying on, approaching the 2nd last fence. Gingembre, Ad Hoc, a very bold jump in 2nd place. Then Supreme Glory on the far side in 3rd. Last option back in 4th. With 1 fence left to go, it's Gingembre chased by Ad Hoc. Gingembre, 2 or 3 lengths to Ad Hoc. Then Supreme Glory, last option back in 4th. And Gingembre, 2nd in the Hennessy Gold Cup. Now 1st in the Scottish Grand National. 2nd Ad Hoc, 3rd Supreme Glory, 4th last option. They're a long way clear. Bank Avenue comes through for 5th. For some of you who've got each way bets on 5th places. In 6th place was Supreme Charm, then Sparky Gale from Noble Lord, Village King Take Control, who didn't seem to get home, Hannigan's Lodger, and then Earth Mover. Away back behind these, Glitteral and Mike Stan and Royal Devassi. Then the last fling who made so much of the early running. Honey Mount was next, followed back by Khaki Crazy and Spanish Main. Amongst those that pulled up, Northern Starlight and the T-Shock. Also pulling up were Celtic Giant, Tresor de Mai, Flake Totes and 7 Towers. No 1,000th winner today for Peter Niven, and Strong Tell was also pulled up as well. Gingembre, a winner on this card 12 months ago, has done it again.
Now the win is £11.40. The places £3.70, £3.50, £4.20 and £22.40. The exacta 69.60.